There were some good things, but there's obviously a lot of things that we have to improve on fundamentally and from a communication standpoint. So that'll come along. It's really kind of what I expected the first day in pads, honestly.
With 4 new starters having to be implanted on the line, how does that change your job and how you approach
Makes
things?
it a heck of a lot harder. And really, we're in some regards we have to start over, but in another sense, I feel like we've got a little more athleticism, and as I told the players, we're a lot further along mentally than we were a year ago at this time, and that includes today. So from that standpoint, we don't have as much progress to make. I mean, the kids understand the verbiage. They understand conceptually what we're trying to do. We just have to do a better job of doing it.
Who's showing that athleticism? You said is the increased athleticism.
Well, I think you take a guy like Gabe Hoy, you take a guy like Bryce Hargrove, a guy like Carter Warren. I mean, those guys, they're really talented guys, and that's just to name a few. But I think that we can. All those kids can run. All those kids can move laterally and change direction, and that's something that I didn't know if we had that last year or not, and that's something that really developed for us. So, as far as a starting point is concerned, I think we're a little further along that way.
With 4 new starters, how key is Jimmy and his leadership to the team, particularly your group?
He's a pretty important piece of it. I thought a year ago he was our best offensive lineman, and I still think that. But he's going to be a huge part of it in terms of the leadership, and really he's really the glue that makes it all go. He was a year ago when we lost him in the Wake Forest game, going into the Miami game, and really the last 3 games that piece of it really hurt. We had people that we could put in to fill the spot, but all of that leadership, the glue, all of that was gone, and that's hard. It's hard to overcome. And really that position, and particularly with a guy like that. When you lose your center in general, that's probably a really underrated position to get hurt. And when it happens, it's, I know how big a blow that can be, especially when you have a special guy like that.
How do you think that Nolan Uwizia will fit in, and where will he fit in?
Nolan?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nolan he'll play tackle, whether it's right or left. I don't know. And kind of like with Steph last year. It's going to be a matter of putting all the pieces in place, when he gets here, and then, who moves, does somebody move down inside? You just have to put the jigsaw puzzle together, but right now, until that happens, we have to move forward, and each guy's got to get better. So, but he'll play tackle for us when he gets here.
With Drake and Hoy, they're pretty much tackles.
Yeah, Gabe's a guy. I think Gabe has enough size and strength. He can play inside. And he did last year for me at times in practice anyway, as an interior player. He's really a guy that is a multi-position player. Jerry, I think, is exclusively a tackle.
How have things been working with Coach Borbely trying to put in a new offense, and how does that kind of affect your job?
Well, it's new, but there's been a lot of carryover. Honestly, he's letting me keep our terminology and how we teach it conceptually. So the learning curve for the kids really hasn't been very great.